Let's rank our coordinators because we may be looking back in 40 years, 70 years, and telling our grandkids, I remember when I had this guy number one. He became the offensive coordinator, then became the head coach, and was the head coach for the next 50 years.
What?
Who's your number one?
Who was the head coach for 50 years?
Your offensive coordinator who you're picking right now.
Oh, my
This is a big pick.
I want to be different than everyone.
Difference not always a good thing.
America won't exist in 50 years.
Give me Mark Brunell.
Wow, as the nut. So what happened to the big
Whoa.
two?
I'm out on them.
Wow,
What the hell?
not out.
You're
Mark
out on them.
Brunell?
I just want. I'm calling my shot. I said it.
You wait,
Wow.
but this isn't who you think it's going to be, right?
No, it's who you want. It's your top three guys.
Yeah, like there was a time where I put Mike McDaniel as my number one head coaching candidate. Everyone thought I was crazy.
It's very true. It's very. Hey, I like the pick.
Thank you.
I like the pick. Henry, who's your number one?
Not Mark Brunell. Give me Greg Roman.
Okay, because you're going Greg Roman, I'm gonna go Eric Bieniemy. It's
Okay.
a toss-up. I gotta
Yeah.
be different too.
All right.
Why not? Yeah, I mean Greg Roman. Like I talked about Dan Ruchar, but Greg Roman's your run game coordinator. Like he comes in there and all of a sudden the offensive lineman will play much better. You're gonna run the football much better. Like combine that with Sean Payton, that's incredible.
And for me, one of the things that I love about Eric Bieniemy is he has studied under Andy Reid and alongside Patrick Mahomes, and obviously has helped Patrick Mahomes as well. But getting that insight from Andy Reid for 10 years now has to be worth something, I would think. And you talked about it. Was it before the show? Was it during the show? Just about that Chiefs play that they ran. How if he can bring some of those things over and just how creative Andy Reid is in the red zone, if he brings some of that over, that's going to be huge. And then the additional thing.
You just did that thing. How creative Andy Reid is in the red zone. Why isn't Eric Bieniemy?
Because it's Andy Reid.
Yeah, because it's Andy.
We all know it is.
But if he takes some of that, that's fantastic. But the thing that just puts it over the top for me is you're taking something away from the Chiefs, and maybe you're gaining a little insight that can help you game plan against them. Again, Eric Bieniemy has been with Andy Reid since 2013. We're not talking about a guy who's been with him for 2 years and Andy's kept some things away from him. Andy's probably told him everything that he knows.
True.
Now, it doesn't mean he's going to be Andy Reid, but it means he knows more about Andy Reid than anyone in terms of football.
Fair enough. Both of those great options. Henry, you really sold me with the run game coordinator thing with Greg Roman. That's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
Number two.
Staying off the beaten path here, I'm going Joe Brady.
Okay, yeah.
I do like that.
That is a good one.
I really want that young influence because Sean Payton can decide how much he wants it. If he says, hey, this is the way we're going to do things, fall in line and I'll get you a job. That's great. Or if he says, hey, let's collab on adding some new influence to what we're doing here. I think that's great too. So I like that 33-year-old on the staff, connect with players, all that good stuff.
I like it too. Henry?
It is crazy you'd be younger than the offensive coordinator would be younger than Russell Wilson.
That is wild.
What could go wrong? I would take Eric Bieniemy.
I don't really think anything.
Probably not. We'll get Eric Bieniemy though for my number two. Again, he's proven. Just go be the exact same thing that you were in Kansas City, but in Denver. Sounds good to me.
Yep, and I'm going to go with the other big name, Greg Roman, for my number two.
All right.
Ryan, you putting in any of these guys in here?
Yes, I will. I will put Eric Bieniemy number 3. It just feels both of these feel so unrealistic to me that it feels kind of silly, but
They do.
I can't not put one of them in there. Both of them have their big positives, but I like to steal from the Chiefs. I want to be sleeping with Bieniemy.
Wait,
Wow.
sleeping with Bieniemy? Oh,
you should text him that.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
That was great.
I think that's a Chris Berman original.
Okay.
Wow.
I got him all the way back during Eric Bieniemy's playing days.
That is really good. Henry, 3? You got any good puns?
I don't have any good puns. I'll take Joe Brady though. I think he's a good coach. I think he kind of got stuck with a bad team with the Panthers, and that's why things didn't work out there. I'm not sure you really take anything from the Bills, which is kind of crazy to say because they were good. I don't think there's a whole lot you learn from Buffalo other than just like Josh Allen's a freak,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm not sure that
I think there's a lot to learn.
You do?
learn from Buffalo.
just throw the ball every play. Like, I don't know. He'd be good though. I do think that he's like a smart, good coach. And I think like after that, you're talking about like Joe Lombardi and those guys. So yeah.
If you can't sleep with Bieniemy, might as well get a BJ. So I'll take Ryan Johnson as the Broncos' next offensive coordinator. Kind of what we talked about already, and it plays into Mark Brunell, Joe Brady, like Ryan had. You just get the young guy, and you bring some different, fresh juice into it. A guy that's worked with quarterbacks and has helped work with Jalen Hurts, kind of a similar quarterback, not identical, but similar quarterback as Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.